and welcome back to my channel, which is Nasty Metal Productions. Yeah, that's pretty hard for me to pronounce. Productions. So, if you can excuse me for that little bit, this is definitely a small CD update. So this is definitely stuff that I've gotten since like March, which is excluding the Fates Warning albums, which are Not Unbroken and The Spectre Within. So, with that said, this is definitely ones from the later part of March up to recently. So let's definitely get in. Some of these I've showed before, but except two. But before I get to that, let's get into the album that's actually playing in the background, which, if you are a old school thrasher, you probably know what band this is. Of course, it's Dark Angel, We Have Arrived. Of course, this is the Axe Killer reissue from 2007, which now goes for about quite a bit these days. But, yeah. Standard. I can't see the disc because, of course, it's playing. I'm trying to keep this low because I'm not sure if I'm going to get a copyright strike because of this, but still a good album nonetheless. Probably not as good as Darkness Descends or Leaf Scars or maybe even Time Does Not Heal, but it still is a very good album. It's still one of my favorites from them. So let's get in. Of course, speaking of bands that were on Combat Records, here we got yeah, Hellstars, Remnants of War. This is, of course, it is a Century Media reissue, but it's definitely a Argentinian pressing through Icarus Records, which I'll show you. And of course, the artwork is a little different because the logo is definitely changed. And of course, the sound has had many different logo changes for different pressings, whatever. It's ridiculous. One of them having kind of like a, I wouldn't say embossed, but definitely had some like a much more shinier, I don't have an original pressing, but just by seeing on the art, like pictures and stuff. So it's definitely standard CD. Let's get this out of here if I can. Please don't be an asshole. Okay, of course that was just like a thanklet, kind of a thank, but it's also kind of, you know, the personal list, whatever. It's like, you know, giving you who produced it, whatever, which of course was produced by Randy Burns, but we'll get in, photos, a little, kind of, go through with, you know, stuff by James Rivera, the singer. Of course, you get lyrics, and of course, another photo. That. Glare. And of course, that one right there. Again, pretty cool. It's a good album. Anyway, I put this in my U.S. Power Metal, you know, month, and I put it on the best albums of U.S. Power Metal month. I'm not gonna say what number it comes in because you'll have to go see that video. But still, very good album nonetheless. Second one that came over the week. So of course another one I show, which is of course the one that you're seeing is Sanctuary's Refuge Denied. This is definitely one of the recent represses, which came out in 2013, actually 2014. It's a repress that of course I believe is through Epic Records. Yeah. You know what, excuse the little type error, which of course if I can get it as close as here, it will, I don't know where, it will say 1998 Sony Music Entertainment, which is a type error it's definitely a type error because it's supposed to say 1988, which is when the CD, was when it was released on CD, but when it was actually released in 1987 on vinyl. But again, a type error. But of course, it just replicates the actual, it just replicates the original press, and of course it's got the same, if I can show you, it just has the same code and everything. Of course, I do have, which I did get along with it, was their second album, which is Into the Mirror Black. Again, all it does is it's a repress just like that, and it replicates the original copy, so I don't need to show you. Same disc label as that. A little proggier. Definitely they were listening to a lot like Fate's Warning and Metal Church and all sorts of that. Not a bad album. I definitely like it. I just have to spend more time with it. But still a good album. Of course, I should have showed this through it along with the other album, not the Sanctuary, but we're trying to probably talk about, not the Dark Angel. So, I got it as well, which is of course Hellstar's debut album, Burning Star. Of course, this is not a bootleg because this is definitely a Century Media reissue that's also a Argentinian pressing through Icarus. But thing is, you also get the artwork that was released through the Music for Nations pressing. This is the artwork that was used for the Combat Records pressing. So, do understand that. But again, standard disc. Stuff to get in with this. Of course, photos and such. Early photo of James Rivera. Little walkthrough for the album behind, the history behind the album, which was written all by James Rivera. And then you get nice little photo. And more lyrics and that which replicates the pretty much the original back cover of the LP for the Combat Records pressing. Yeah, I just prefer to kind of flip the cover to this because I just prefer the original artwork than the Music for Nations artwork, because it's not bad, but since they're called Hellstar, it kind of keeps in line than just giving the the image of a fucking spaceship, whatever. Because obviously, with the artwork like that, it almost seems like that you're giving the listener the indication that this could be a AOR type band. Yeah, I know that's stretching it, but most AOR albums during the 80s, especially the early Journey stuff, not the Greg Raleigh stuff, had like this type of artwork. And yet they're called Hellstar, but again, this just seems to be more appropriate if you ask me. Good album. I definitely do like that. It's a good album. I do like it. It's definitely not as good as Remnants of War and the later albums such as Distant Thunder and Nosferatu, but it still is a good album. It's definitely the first one that introduced me to Hellstar. But demo tracks, very rough. That's all I can say. The demo tracks are all very rough. It's just a demo version of the album that's definitely different recording, but it's just rough. It's have to get in. Showed these albums on my USPM video, the list video, top 30. But is Vicious Rumors, Digital Dictator. But here I'll kind of show it better. Of course, the reissue from 2009 Shrapnel, but there we go. There's that. Sorry for the glare. And back cover. Yeah, it's pretty standard, which just seems to be the norm with most Digipack reissues by Shrapnel Records. So sure, you get a lot of information of who fucking produced it, who worked on it, who engineered it, and all sorts of that. But of course, that is the second album. Which I forgot to show the first one as well. So I'll show this one off better. Very similar as well with that. But not a bad album. I definitely do like this one quite a bit. It's kind of tough which one I like more. Either Soldier of the Night or Digital Dictator, because they're both great albums. The only difference is singer and guitar player. Because this one has Vinnie Moore, that one doesn't. This one has Gary St. Pierre, that one has Carl Albert. And of course, Vicious Rumor's self-titled album from 1990. Of course, through Rock Candy, which I'm going to show in this video a lot better. That's alright. Doesn't matter. Which just fell off was actually the hype sticker that's saved. Fully remastered, very power metal classic. Features Don't Wait For Me, World Church, Hellraiser, and Ship of Fool. 12-page full-color booklet, 4,000-word essay, enhanced artwork, and new band interviews. Yes, there is an interview that's included, which gives you like it's practically a biography, which is one thing I like about the Rock Candy reissue. If I can just, oh, nice. We'll definitely take some time to actually, go through the whole thing, because it's again extensive interview with Gary Thorpe. Jeff Thorpe. Excuse me. Yeah, it's interview with him, giving the backstory behind the scene and their early days, and definitely up to this album and such. But I have to read the whole interview. I haven't read all of it, but I know it's going to be a fun read. Now let's get to the recent one. This is a band I've been getting into recently since US Prominent Month, and just loved that first album quite a bit. And I'm giving you a little bit of time to kind of let you think for what band I'm going to show. I know it's not their first album because it's going to be a tough task to actually obtain that debut album. But let's definitely move on. Band I am talking about is Slaughter Destroyers, Free the Beast. This is their, of course, technically second album, even though I look at this release as more of a compilation because it features the unreleased album that was recorded in 1987 that was supposed to be released in like late 87, early 1988 to follow up to their debut album from 1985 titled Winter Kill, which of course goes for the first 6 tracks, or pretty much that whole second album, which is, from the first listen, it's definitely a little thrashier than that. But then you get all the rest of the other 6 tracks with Metal's No Sin, Battle Axe being all recorded in like 1983. Of course, you got Dignified Disaster being recorded. One of these tracks were recorded in 1984, then you got one, some of these were also recorded in 1987, but during a different session. And then you get Mass Confusion, which is the really earliest track on here that was recorded about like 1981. It's definitely the original lineup, and the song that, like I said, is Mass Confusion, is a early version of, or a version that would soon become the track Winter Kill. It's just without no lyrics or singing. But yeah, for the recording, man, not bad. For some reason, technically, well, not counting the Through the Beast track, which the first 6, which are very well produced, very well recorded. Definitely does sound like a follow-up album. And it's surprising that it didn't get released at the time, because it's actually pretty good. But even the demo tracks on here are actually very good sounding for. They're definitely up to the quality of the Winterkill production, which is good. Well, except for the Mass Confusion, but that one still sounds very good. It's a rehearsal sounding track, but still very audible. You could still just damn good. Of course, it's an enhanced CD, so it's got a bonus video titled "It." It's a live performance from like the era of Free the Beast, and not a bad performance at all. Definitely good, so I'll definitely show you off. This is through Fortune Fire Records, which of course is a sub-label of Rocketdrome. And let's definitely pull out the cover. Yeah, I'm not going to show the whole thing, but you do get like a bunch of interviews and photos. Photo of the band. Another good photo, and just all great stuff. All great. You might be pausing all this parts just to kind of see, to read through the stuff. If you can read the words. Does not say that. It's not because you're blind. It's because of video quality can be very rough. Still, yeah, I just need to spend more time with this because on first listen, it's definitely one I have to take some more time to get into, because Winterkill I was so used to getting into because of just from the first listen. Was really into that album. The more subsequent listens, just got better and better, and just still seems to be still retain that same feeling. It's a damn good album, but this, fine. So that's definitely that little, just a short little CD update. So until then, this is Simply saying I'm out. I'll see you later. If you have any other, if you got comments for some of these albums right here, definitely can post them in the comment section below. So, later.